Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, kickstart your week with a supersized dose of juicy hot topics. And from all the rage to outrageous, Wendy and her fashion experts take on the red carpet at last night's BET Awards. Plus, it's a Trendy at Wendy with unbelievable discounts on the summer's hottest must-haves. Now, here's Wendy!
Very nice. Welcome to the show. Thank you for watching. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A mess. Well rested. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. I hope you had a terrific weekend. You know, summer is finally here. The weather is beautiful. Thank you. I love you more. So we've had our dog Shaquille for 2 weeks. You know, he was born on May 5th. And I told you he's a cane corso. Well, you know, he's still in the puppy stage. So even though the weather is beautiful outside, we can't take him outside until he's ready for his shots. And they told us that he can't get his shots for like another 3 weeks from like right now. So, and he does that puppy nippy thing at the ankles. I know he's just playing, but if I walk past you and you see things going on with my hand, that's what me and Mariah Carey, I guess, have in common, right? Her dogs are always like biting at her, but they're not puppies.
Right.
I'm gonna fix Shaquille. He's gonna get out of that. But for right now, I just deal with it like I guess all new puppy moms do. Anyway, so let's move along and talk about the killers. The chase is finally over, and boy, was it entertaining. I don't know about you, but I've been obsessed with this case since it started, okay? So after 3 weeks of being on the run, the cops shot the George Lopez-looking one on Friday afternoon. And I was like, oh gosh, okay, so what does this mean for David Sweat? Because I could have sworn that Sweat would have been shot by the George Lopez-looking one, and then they would have gone, he would have already been like in Canada or something, or Europe or something like that. But anyway, just yesterday came word that David Sweat, the Tom Green-looking one, was shot while he was jogging on the road and taken into custody. Now, look at his jogging outfit. First of all, you can imagine, this does not look like a tracksuit. And he's probably jogging in like a pair of work boots, you know, prison-assigned work boots, looking very out of place on the side of the road. So they shot him. Unfortunately for him, they didn't kill him. I don't know about you, but just kill me. Honestly, like, I don't want to go back to jail. I also don't want to. They say that he is not in such good condition right now at the hospital. So can you imagine he goes through all of this only to go back to jail for the rest of his life and maybe have one eye or you know, a half a kidney, or, you know, whatever happened as a result of being shot. And then his mom got on TV and she was talking. I don't know, this is where I couldn't back my kid up. I mean, this is where unconditional love, even for kids, sometimes goes awry. And who moves into a town with only 4,000, I know we're seeing every place, 52 countries, I know. This is just me talking. Who are you people who move to a town with only 4,000 people where 3,000 of the residents are prisoners? Yes! The nickname for the town is Little Siberia. Now you can imagine if there are only 1,000 free people in the town. First of all, the plots of land are huge, so every house is a perfect scene for a murder. Second of all, you could also probably imagine that out of the 1,000 people that are free, I bet you 900 of them work at the prison. This prison has been around for 100 years. This is the first time anybody has ever escaped. But at least when you escape, you know, there are only but a few houses to... I would move. Well, I hope, honestly, that David Sweat lives. And the reason why is because when they make the movie, and you know there'll be a movie made, I mean, and I want this movie, you know. I don't need a whole movie about Sully. You know, Sully Sullenberg? Look, I don't need the full Sully story. You know, he's a hero. Sully landed that gigantic airliner in the middle of the Hudson River a few years ago. I mean, right here in New York, a hero. But we don't need to know when Sully was 5 what led up to the events. Do you know what I'm saying? But with the killers, I need to know what kind of households they were raised in. Like, you know, I need to know all this. And I want to shout out to all my people over at the ID channel because you guys did a fantastic job of jumping on this killer story. I tried to watch the BET Awards last night, and I watched some of the red carpet, and you know, because I love the red carpet, and I saw that the BET Awards, they started at 8 o'clock, they had us captive until 11:30 at night. Well, you know, I need to moisturize, I need to get my rest, there's some place I have to be in the morning. But, I did watch some of the awards, and I was just in time for Janet Jackson. Did you see her get honored? She was honored with a musical tribute. I thought she was going to perform. I was maybe a little disappointed in that. Not new music, but you know, she's got such a catalog of old music. She could have come out and done Rhythm Nation or something, but instead, Sierra did it and did it very well. Yeah. Sierra was out there, Tanashi was out there, and Jason Derulo, you know, gave tribute to Janet. And I didn't see the full performance because I was stuck on the ID channel because they were... I was back and forth, and then finally I just got stuck on ID and forgot that the BET Awards were on because they were... was I the only one watching last night at 9 o'clock? Well, clearly, I'm the only one who appreciates good programming. Anyway, but I changed the channel just in time for Janet to walk out on stage where I thought she was gonna then, like, rip off the jumpsuit and get in there with the kids. Instead, you know, she thanked, you know, BET. She received the Ultimate Icon Award, which she is, yes. A lot of people, yeah. She does amazing things with herself. It was just a few weeks ago we were talking about seeing her coming out of the Armani store in Italy and looked like she put on a few pounds, you know, and we were wondering where her cheekbones went. But we see she got them back, and she looked really good. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to when she goes out on tour. Not for the new music, but for the old classics. By the way, there were so many distracting booties at the, like, I am over it. I've never been more proud of my long back with a crack at the bottom. Honestly, because that's all I have. I got a long back, but it's efficient and it's easy to keep clean. Now I have to say, like, I was distracted by Nicki Minaj's behind. Not in a good way, you know, like, wow, just like, it was just too, like, when she was performing, you know, and it was all out, I'm just like, wow. And then K. Michelle, you know I love you, but you have gone way too far. You can even see the fakeness. I mean, you see all, you see it all. It was the green dress, though, that really got me, because she didn't have on pantyhose or anything like that, and it was just like, and you know she's only, come on, you all. I mean, really? Anyway. And Puffy reunited with the Bad Boy family, which was terrific. Yep. Little Kim looks terrific. You know, she goes in and out of you all criticizing her. I thought she looked terrific. Mace looks healthy and terrific. Faith looks fantastic. And at one point, one of the locks came out. Who came out? Chic, right? Wait, no.
No,
Jadakiss came out. You know, when you come from a particular area in music like I do, you don't like to see your old peers broken down because it makes you question when are you gonna break down. And I've got to say, you know, at 40, I thought Puffy looked very handsome. And like when he came out and you know, gave Smokey Robinson his award. Did you see his muscles, Puffy's muscles bulging through his, you know, thing? You know, he's aging very well for somebody who's lived so hard. But he did take a really nasty fall last night. Okay. Look, wait, watch what happened. So he fell through. Okay, look. Okay, look, okay. People falling are always so funny. Listen, this is what had happened. So the hole in the stage was open because they were getting, you know, Little Kim was down there waiting to come up. Because Little Kim's entrance was through the hole on the stage. Now you can imagine, this is probably almost worse than falling off the stage because down in this hole, which is narrow, there's Little Kim, there's probably all kind of wires and, you know, stuff. And like after 40 years old, and I don't care how often you go to the gym, after 40 years old, any fall could wreck you for life. Do you know? Which is why, when I come out here, you know, you might wonder why I walk with a little hesitancy, because I'll be 51 next month. I'm not trying to fall. Nothing's gonna heal the same. And then I read the blogs sometimes and people wonder why I stand, wait, get this long shot. Why I stand like this when I come out, because I need my kickstand. You know, I got a little bit too much going on with my body. I start to sway like a building if I stand like this. So I need a kickstand, that's why, because you're not gonna get me falling. But I must say, if you do, Charles, you come pick me up and make sure my dress is pulled down, and then we'll go to a slow commercial and I will allow everybody to, you can laugh for a moment, and I'll see you after the break. Broken. Okay. So, Donald Trump's presidential run is getting messy. I mean, it was messy from the time he announced it, wasn't it? You know, like Okay, well, guess what? He's number 2 right now behind Jeb Bush, so somebody in here is lying. Clap in this room if you would vote for Donald Trump. We're not gonna get you, go. A couple of people, and you're scared, so you know. Yes, you were scared though, sir. We'll get him during commercial. No, okay, so Univision is refusing to air Donald's Miss USA pageant because they feel his comments about Mexicans was offensive. Gee, you think? Yeah. Gee, you think? You know, you remember what he said, right? He said, among other things, that Mexicans are rapists. We need to close the borders to keep the rapists out. What else did he say?
Drugs and crime.
That they're bringing drugs and crime. Are you all lovers?
Huh?
Why? Did you plan that?
No.
My boys. You go. Okay, so anytime you say a whole group of people are rapists and bring crime and drugs, Donald, I agree with Univision. But unfortunately, Donald's contract with Univision is for like another 5 years to air his Miss USA pageant. And Donald has the right to his opinion, and they should honor the agreement, or let's take this to court. Which is exactly what they're going to do. Donald is taking him to court. Only time is ticking. Doesn't the Miss USA pageant come on in July? In July. Do you still watch beauty pageants? No. Clap if you do. They must be mothers of daughters. Yeah, I get it. Anyway, I don't think that Donald Trump is going to win, but what I do think that he's doing for this election this time around is he's adding a lot of interest. Whether you love him or you hate him, you can't wait to see what falls out of his mouth next. And it's captivating. And I was not shocked to find out DMX was arrested. Were you shocked? I mean, this man is DMX, he needs help. He needs a hug, and he needs help. I mean, remember last season, he was supposed to come to our show. And he was gonna perform that song that we all know the words to. Party Up. He was gonna perform Party Up, and he was gonna sit on the couch, and he was gonna talk, and we sent him his plane tickets and, got him all ready. And then he never even made it to the airport. I don't think I ever told you the story. All you did was throw tomatoes at me talking about, thought DMX was supposed to be there. Yeah, well, we're live out of New York. He didn't even make it's only, oh my God, Hot Topic is almost over. Look, we're a live show. We're not a taped show. Do you know what I'm saying? And DMX was supposed to get on the plane the night before. That's what we do for our guests. We get him a hotel room, a car service, he'd get you over here and the whole bit. Never even made it to the airport down there. So he is an unpredictable mess. He was arrested inside of Radio City Music Hall for owing $400,000 in back child support. He's got 6 babies' mothers and 12 kids. And cops waited for him outside of Radio City Music Hall where he was scheduled to perform. That's what I said. That's what I said. And, some of my bleeding heart producers here said, well, Wendy, don't you think that the cops should have let him do his show so at least that's a paycheck that he can use for child support? I said no, because if he owes $400,000 in back child support, chances are he was probably going to use the paycheck towards something else besides his kids anyway. And yes, in true DMX fashion, he had Hennessy in his hand when he was arrested. And in terms of the ticket holders, well, they weren't disappointed. It was a show filled with a bunch of other people, like Shaggy was there and, that whole bit. So I'm trying to figure out why it is that DMX would be behind so much money in child support when he really does have viable music that he could really be still doing shows, We looked, his net worth is negative $10 million. So you know what? That's not funny. That is grossly irresponsible. And I don't know how long he'll stay in jail, but I would say good luck, DMX, but as much as I like you, and how do you party so hard but stay so good looking? Because normally, right? Right? Because normally, after a while, after you party so hard, you look weathered, you wear it on you, but he always manages to keep it together. Anyway, take care of your kids. Let's move along. Were you shocked about the Bristol Palin baby number 2 with second baby's father? Were you shocked? I wasn't, because here's what I say. You never trust anybody who says they're gonna, first of all, never trust their word. If they A, wear a purity ring, or B, say that they're gonna stay a virgin until they get married. I mean, when it's a grown woman. I'm not talking about a 12-year-old having a conversation with her daddy. I'm talking about a grown woman. Okay, this mess could have ended up in the White House. Listen. There's still no word on who the baby's father is of baby number 2. Now, my thing is, it was just last month that we were telling you here on Hot Topics that she canceled her wedding to Dakota Meyer. He's some sort of sports player or something. What does he do?
Army.
Oh, he's in the Army.
He's a veteran.
What?
Marine.
Oh, he's a Marine. Okay, so he's a hero. But the point is that they canceled their wedding. Now, wouldn't you just assume that it was his? Like, why would she put it out there and make us have to wonder who the baby's father is? You're 24 years old, Bristol. It's time to come clean, because right now, well, you've been looking crazy, but now you're looking crazier, because she says that this baby was a planned baby. So, in other words, you were gonna put the cart before the horse like the rest of everybody else? The only reason why I'm judging her to a higher standard is because, remember, the purity ring, saying she's gonna stay a virgin, her mother's the governor. She could have been our president, and all this could have been played out in the White House. Anyway, I'm not shocked by this, you know, so we'll follow this story if there's more to the story for you. And you won't believe who they say could be taking Claudia Jordan's place on the Housewives of Atlanta. Tootie Kim Field's Facts of Life. I don't know why she would want such scrutiny over her family. I mean, you know, her husband, she's got a husband, he's on Broadway. Her 2 children are unaffected, seemingly, by Hollywood. You know, you don't see them out and about being affected. And shout out to all the housewives, but I'm saying this is Tootie, for goodness sakes. You direct for Tyler Perry. You directed for Kenan and Kel a couple of times on Nickelodeon. You are a legend and a decent woman. Why would you want to go down here and be a housewife? Like, why? Why would you want to open your family up to the criticism? I mean, you're a nice woman, but you realize as soon as you get on these shows, people just, they break you down. I think that this is beneath you to be a housewife. The housewives becomes housewives to rise up, to do something else. Anyway, I think that this is a terrible idea. Clap if you think this is a good idea. Why? Because you're nosy? You just want to get in there, right? Her name is Tootie. This is a terrible idea. I know your mom, Chip Fields, has been your manager for a big part of your life. What does your mom say about this? She's guided your career, for goodness sakes, to where it is. Which, no, you're not doing anything right now that we know of. Well, but she could rest on the laurels of being Tootie with those roller skates forever, right? Don't do it, Tootie, don't do it.